Give me a second. Welcome. It's a pleasure to be before you today. I thank God that He gave me another opportunity to share another insightful message involving this series that I began 7 series ago. Thought it would be the first one would be the last. Now it's progression to other topics that I want to show you how we can put ourselves in our own self-imposed mental prison. So thank you. I'm continuing. And the title of this particular topic is, What is a Man? Hold on a second. Make some adjustments. Okay. I promised to give the answer to something I put on Facebook on one of my page posting. I put a turtle because I had a thought one morning. What is a racist turtle? And the young lady was guessing the shadow, the color, the shell, and whatever. And I said, think deep. When you approach a turtle, what does a turtle do? Does it walk towards you? Does it turn away? But what it does, it points, it sticks, it draw back its hands, its leg and feet, and its head back into the shell in a form of protection. So I said that we have many races of people behave like a turtle. They come out of their shell, exhibiting their behavior, the things they do with their feet and hands, the words that they speak, the facial expression they give you. They say things that hurt you, and then when they are confronted, instead of them staying there, look you in the eyes and begin to answer your question, they metaphorically turn away, don't answer your question, and walk off into the sunset. It's not about a racist white turtle, a white person doing these things. As I mentioned, any race can be some type of racist. They can hate their own kind, hate male and female. They can hate just to be hating for various reasons. So that is the answer. So when you look at a turtle and the stick is pull his head back and his feet, we have human beings that are afraid to be confronted about their actions on how they approach us and the things they say. And when they put themselves back into their shell, they refuse to hear the truth. They refuse to accept the truth. They refuse to walk toward the truth. They refuse to reach out for the truth. They refuse to even consider what you're saying is the truth. They look at you as though you are wrong and they are right, and they stick their head back in to their own self-imposed mental enslavement plantation of a turtle shell, because they have done what they intended to do, no matter if it's right or it's wrong. They have done what they intended to do. So that is the answer. What is a turtle racist? Share that. What is a man? I begin the title of this particular series. What is a man? How do you define a man? The dictionary defines a man as a human being, an individual, and we can agree with that. When you remove the difference, what is a man? How can you identify a man? Some would say his appearance. Some would say because he has a male organ used for sex to impregnate a woman. And all that is true, but what do you do? I did answer your question, Connie. So you have to listen to the beginning to hear the answer. What is a turtle? I'll give you the short answer. A turtle, when you approach a turtle, what do a turtle do? It pulls its head back into the shell and its legs and its feet to hide. Short answer, you and I can be a racist turtle when we say and do the things that we ought not to be doing. And when we are confronted with our action with the truth, instead of staying there to answer the question, we draw back, walk away, pretend it never happened, pretend it's the other person's fault, look at it in the screenway and walk off and crawl off into our own self-imposed prison. So that's the short answer. So the beginning of the answer is on the beginning of this message. So as I mentioned, what is a man? You can tell what is a man from the man facial expression. He grows hair, he has no hair, and the man has a male organ. Female doesn't have one unless you have an operation to put one there. So what is a man? You can go by his physical appearance. But what do that say about a man? We know that some men go to undergo surgery for one reason, to remove their testicle and their sexual organs, because what reason? They don't feel like they're a man. I recall many months ago, last year, that they had stories going around that some men feel that they did not want to be a man, so they had their testicle organ removed to feel more complete in their mind. Do your own homework, you'll see that. So some men remove their testicle, their organ, and here are some notes I wrote. Why some men choose to surgically remove their penis. Transgender, physical appearance and function, their existence sexually character and are altered to resemble that associated with their agenda. Some men will have their sexual organ removed because it doesn't associate with their thoughts that they're thinking. They can have the surgery to change their physical appearance, but they cannot have a surgery to change their male DNA. When you are born and the doctor pull you out of the womb, you are male or female. You can have the sexual organ cut off, but within your mind, you are a male because you were born as a male. Your DNA say you are male, not a woman. So when you have a sexual operation to change your physical appearance, you will go through emotional problems because of the surgery. So there are some men who don't conform to either male or female. They just want their sexual organ removed, testicle removed totally. Some men become eunuchs. Moving the entire penis and testicle can be remarkably fulfilling, relieving experience. Removing their male sexual organ to some men make them feel some form of gratification and feel good about themselves. They may still identify as a male and use male pronouns. Another story. A man wanted his sexual organ removed because, quote, I will be a better off person. Correction. I'll be a better off in a whole person. Man cuts off his own genitals for money, to sell for money, for sale. Yes, that actually happened. Again, how do you define a man? Listen closely and you may hear something you had not heard, and it could be useful and helpful. I say this again. You can look at me and say, Anthony is a man. He has a physical body as a male. He has a sexual organ where he engaged in sexual relationship when he's married. Sometimes a child result of the sexual relationship. And I know he's a male. Male can have sexual surgery to remove their sexual organ. If you take away all the definition I described, how can you define he's a man? You say he's still a man because he's a man, his physical appearance. So a man who changed his sexual appearance and wear dresses and go through the surgery and have breasts and stuff put on, in shots to change his outer appearance to appear to be like a woman, but his DNA revealed that he's a man. And he sure will encounter emotional problems within. So here where it gets interesting. We can define a man from the thoughts he thinks. How can you tell what is a man? By the thoughts he thinks. By the thought he thinks, define that person is a man. There are two kinds of thoughts. The carnal thought that we are born with, the thoughts that the devil or Satan or whatever you want to use to apply to help you understand this. And there's another man that believes in following the rules of what God has said we should do. So we're going to be manifesting two types of thoughts. That will reveal to you what is a man. A man is not based on, yes, you can say that the physical appearance and his sexual organ defines the man on the outward appearance. But what the man does and how he behaves and how he communicates and what he says reveal what is a man. And I'm showing you and revealing to you my thoughts and my opinion. It can apply, some may refuse to accept it, but if you think about it for a little while, you will say, that makes sense. So there are two kinds of thoughts. Our carnal thoughts that we are born with before we ever know about God, or some people might be atheists, focusing on self. Females, the carnal-minded man, some of these apply to me, had been in the future. Females, sexual relationship, money, material things, power, authority, racial tension stirring up, illicit sex act, impregnating females after females, abandoning them, homosexuality, transgender, adultery, fornication, lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and the lust of pride, uncleanness, lasciviousness, hatred, strife, illegal drug use, selling, burglary, stealing, shooting and killing, and hurting other people of various race. That is one type of man. And envy and drunkenness. So you know that some I just shared with you, some men are doing as I'm speaking right now. That is one type of man. The other type of man, remember I said the thoughts defines the man. The other man does the following. He resists power. He resists the same thing I described as a carnal mind. And I'll just name a few. He resists impregnating female, illicit sex, stealing, stirring up racial tension, power, homosexuality, adultery, fornication, uncleanness, hatred. He resists those things. These two males are revealing their thoughts and their behavior, and even from what they say. These men have decided to enslave themselves. They choose to follow their own plantation of thoughts. These two types of thought that I'm introducing you to, these two individuals, total opposite in their thoughts, but on the outside. So if you remove their sexual organs and look at them from the outside, you can say he's a man physically. He's a man because his DNA is physically a male DNA. And what defines this man, the true man? His thoughts. One, go out to do the bad things. One, fight his thoughts. Let me see if I said this. These men had decided to enslave themselves. They choose to follow on their own plantation that they see they can benefit. Some black males refuse to escape from their homeboys, gangs, friends, families, spouses that had enslaved them in their thoughts. Some refuse to go back to school, get a job, get a GED to support their children and spouse. Some had decided to live off the female. She doing the work, 2, 3 jobs or 2 jobs, and just lay up there on the couch or in the bed, feel that they give her a little sex, give her a little kiss, she be happy, pay a little bill here and there through their legal drug use, she be happy. Is that a man? We say, I'm the man, I'm a man because I got multiple children. Some have decided to continue to go through their revolving jail and prison doors. Some males have decided to continue. They say they're going to make a better life for themselves. Instead of hanging around people that can be better mentors for them, they turn around and go through the revolving door of the jails and prison. Some older men are afraid and fearful of getting old. They change their appearance to fit or to blend in. I see older men, probably in the 50s and 60s and 70s, with earrings in their ear, tattoos on their body, wearing their pants on below their waist, wearing Nikes or Jordan shoes, driving sports cars, convertible top cars, because they want to appear to be young. They want these things define them, but it does not. So they give an appearance that they're a man, but they're not a man because the thoughts that they're thinking. I recall reading an article that said 1.5 million men missing black men. That's the article. You can type it in. 1.5 million missing black men. For every 100 black women that's not in jail, there's only 83. There are only 83 black men. The cause, deaths. Some are behind bars, incarceration for a long time, military deployment, low marital rate, less likely to commit to a romantic relationship. Black women cannot find a good potential partner, disrupts family formation. To those black men in the sound of my voice, if you see yourself in the role of a carnal-minded man, you need to consider yourself enslavement. You and I will follow God's or Satan's thoughts. There are no neutral friends where we are not guilty, or we can blame others for making us to do this and to say that. I talk about another message where I spoke about the female, that they had no choice. They had no choice at the time, so they walk onto the plantation of the government. The government had come their husband and father to the black male child, who abandoned their black male child. You have black males out there getting black females pregnant, leaving them, abandoning them, not taking responsibility for their actions, going out and getting another woman pregnant. Some are told to have multiple children out there in the world, and they say they are a man. They're not taking care of their responsibility. They resist taking care of responsibility. Some will go to jail, work off the table, deny that the woman, say that the woman cheat on them. Is that a man? His thoughts, his words, his actions is revealing to you that he's not a man. He's not what God said a man should do. The very opposite that I described in this message from the beginning, show what a man, an honest man, would do. If he get pregnant, he would take responsibility. If he knows that he impregnated the woman and he get a child, and she tells him and she informed him of the child, and he says, still not my child, deny that his child, and then he goes to another woman and he lies to the woman that that's not his child, and he lies to the woman and she believes him and she get pregnant for him, and then short time, whatever you want to call it, then he leaves her to go and impregnate another. So we have multiple sisters out there in the world has been abandoned by, we have multiple sisters out there in the world who have been abandoned by other women's, we have multiple sisters, black women out there, and there's some white, it's Mexican applied to white race too, or any race of people. We have multiple black sisters out there in your city, wherever you live in, have so many baby daddies at a young age. You have teenagers who never has not finished school getting impregnated by a black male, a young male. You have teenagers, instead of doing the right thing, they have decided they want to date also. So you have black men out there going around and impregnating women, getting the woman pregnant, and then she have multiple children, and then it's hard for her to meet another man that want to marry her, to want to love her and take care of, because he don't feel that he's in a position or choose not to take care of somebody else's children. And some men do step up to the plate and accept the woman and accept her children, and they live off for happy ever after. But it should not come to that point. So black men who saying I'm a man because I wear nice shoes, I have a nice car, I have a nice job, I pay my bills, that does not define a man. A man is the mind, the thing that you think within. Are you thinking with the devil thoughts? Are you thinking thoughts that hurt people, to harm others? I'm addressing the black males. It's time to wake up from your own. It's time to wake up. You had no choice, or really, you had no choice really to stop doing what you're doing. You had no choice to keep your pants pulled up. You had no choice to say, I'm not going to go out there and impregnate women after women. You had no choice to say, I'm going back to school. You had no choice and say, I'm going to meet this young lady. I'm going to treat her with respect. I'm going to communicate with her. I'm going to open the car door for her. I'm going to stand up when if we at a dinner table, I'm going to stand up while she's going to the bathroom. I'm going to stand up when she returns to the bathroom. I'm going to say yes, sir, and yes, sir, to people older than I, or even someone on the street. I'm going to open the door for someone that's from behind me. I'm going to deny myself of my selfish behavior, and I'm going to start acting as a man, as I ought to be. I'm not going to be walking down the street with my pants. Grown man and a grown adult walking down the street with his pants below his waist, and he's walking in a way that's not normal. What do you think going to happen when he gets older? Because he's not walking functioning as he ought to, he's going to be having hip problems. And some are known when the cops run behind them, they run in trying to pull up their pants, they may fall down and injure themselves. Whose fault is that? You are. Know your own homework. I gave a message before. Know your homework. Pants below your waist started in prison. It's a sign that inmates will wear their pants below their waist to indicate that they're ready, they are prone to have sex with other males. You may say that doesn't apply to me. I'm not about that. But you took on that symbol. So when a prisoner get out of prison and they've been in it for a long time, and they see you walking down the street with your pants below your waist, what you think going to think of you? They're going to assume that you are one of these individuals they had sex with in the prison. Get real, wake up. We must believe, we must begin to wake up and tell the truth. And I'll say, get to this in a minute. So black males, wake up. It's time to wake up from your own. You had no choice, or really. Change your behavior right now. Now are your choice. And then I remember many years ago, I heard this, and you probably going to remember this, those who listen to me. It was a slang called down low brothers. It's a sexual slang. We have African males. Some are there feel that it's okay to have sex with another man, and at the same time they are married. It's okay to have sex with their girlfriend and then leave their girlfriend to have sex with their male partner. It's okay if their wife or their girlfriend are not putting out sexually, they can have a male on the side. It's okay to have sex with a man because it's not really cheating on my wife or my girlfriend because it's a man. Wake up how stupid that can be. And I recall that you had people agreeing with this, and you have females that did not know. And an author named J.L. King wrote a book about the down low brothers, a journey into the title is A Journey into the Lives of Straight Black Men Who Sleep with Men. That was written in 2004. Why some black men prefer the down low, and what it says about the black church in America, an invisible disease plaguing the black church. The church is not commenting on the down low brother. That was something many years ago. There was a big old thing about down low brothers married in professional position who do not want to commit to a marriage with a woman, so they have sex with other people out there. And you know, and I know there are many times where we see where ministers and pastors get caught up into the same thing. So you have down low brothers, and they're doing what they choose to do. Now, I had not heard anything. Now, I had not heard anything else about it that is shown on the news. It is safe to say, did it cease? No. We can say it's still going on between single black males and married black males having sexual relationship with other young black males, giving them money for sex, and especially if the young man got out of prison after many, many years, he will begin to sell himself to the highest bidder to get money. And I know it's something that people don't know about, may know about, decide to look the other way. But we are living in a world where the truth must be told, whether we like it or not. And I can attest to this. That is a form of self. That being a down low lover, a down low brother who's married and having sex with another man, unbeknownst to his wife. He may not, he said, oh, I'm married, but I'm not cheating on my wife because I have a down low partner who's another male. Be for real. That is, I don't even want to say what it really is. Think about it. Be for real. So this form of sexual self-imposed mental enslavement is going on today. Believing it's okay to have sex with another man in the same race or in another race. I know it's not a pleasant thing to say. It had been continuing, continuing talk about or preach about. Has it been talked about or preached about or brought up recently in the pulpit? No. It's a quiet, hidden secret that there are black males, down low brothers out there committing sexual acts with their own race for money, for pleasure, even though they're married and not married, experiencing self-imposed enslavement. We all need the mind of God to become a man, because the other man that's in us, so we can say we have a twin brother. Let's go out that way. You and I have a twin brother. We have one side, we have a twin brother within. This is not my note. It just came out to me to help you understand it. You and us men's, and you can apply it to females. You can take this whole message and apply it and switch it and becomes a female message if you want to go that way. But think about it. A black male have a twin brother within himself. He wants to have sex with other men, even though he's married or not married or single with a woman, and he say he's not committing sexual relationship with another. He's not, because he's married, and that doesn't count because it's not a woman. You have black men out there doing their own thing from the thought that they think. So one side is like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. One side wants to do the right thing to become what he needs to become because he trusts in God. He wants to live his life to experience God working through him. The other side of himself wants to do the bad things, as I mentioned in this particular message. And it's wrong. We all need this mind to become a man from the mind of God. We must have God in mind. Our mind will be renewed towards God thoughts that are clearly seen in our behavior. We will break away from a sexual organ, physical appearance that makes us a man. A male sexual organ and physical appearance, one side can say, yes, he's a man because he's born that way. But what defines a real man? What is a real man? I don't like to read that real term because real can mean something different to someone else. But so I'm going to use the thoughts that you and I think. The thoughts that you and I think, men, define what spirit, if you want to use that, is manifesting through us. I put on my Facebook page a few minutes ago, someone had wrote me, you can go back and read it, say, wow, Anthony, I'm surprised that you don't have many followers in your message. I must admit at times it's frustrating. I get a few response. I get a few people who come and listen to the Facebook Live, and very rarely I go, and I don't know if people go into the YouTube channel and just listen and don't subscribe or make a comment. That may be happening. So it becomes frustrating at times doing messages. It becomes frustrating that, you want to get a good following, not a following to puff up my head. You want to know that you're saying stuff that people are benefiting from. You want to feel that you are making a difference in one person's life, one person at a time. But then I know that when I do go back and look at these videos, I see God in the 20s and 30s and 40s views that people had watched them, and they don't give comments. And I thought about, so maybe I'm being blocked by Facebook, because there's been something on the news lately about Facebook is blocking certain contexts or subject matter. And I said, maybe people are watching the videos from afar and they don't want to even make a comment because they will show their name. Just like if you type something right now, you're going to show who typed what. And they don't want their friends to see that they believe what I'm saying, or they may be shameful, or they may be prideful, or they don't want to get involved, so they listen. So it can be multiple reasons. But it's nice sometimes to know that you're accomplishing something. Everybody needs some form of encouragement. So I must admit at times I thought about just not doing these anymore, because it just, to me, it was useless. It's wasting time. I wasn't doing it for money. I wasn't doing it for, like I say, big head kind of thing, because I have a big head anyway. But it wasn't about that. It was informing and educating people about the things that I know that I did not know when I know some of it when I was growing up, but then I allowed myself and I put myself in my own self-imposed mental prison, enslaved me, and then I did not want. And then I realized that I must jump off the slave ship of group thinking into the sea of truth and start seeking truth for myself. And when you are black, when a black male or black female decide to not to follow the group thinking, then we have become an Oreo, Uncle Tom, a white man lover, whatever word they choose to describe us. Are we not black anymore? I'm not speaking Ebonics. I don't sound like a black person. I'm talking white. All this ridiculous stuff to define a black person who's black on the outside, but he's not black to other blacks. And then that's where prejudice comes in. And I throw the turtle one in. So you do have black individuals who are racist against their own kind. You have black individuals who have the crab in the basket thinking. They don't want to see other people succeed, so they pull you down to try to attack you, to hold you back, to keep you from succeeding in life. So some of us just stay in our own self-imposed, I don't want to do nothing, I don't want to say nothing, I just mind my own business. I go to work, sleep, eat, and poop, have sex with my husband and wife, and I go to bed and do the same thing over again. Then you have people like me and say, okay, what can I do? How can I make a difference in somebody's life? And you recognize that you have a God-given talent and you want to share with other people. And you hope one day that it takes off, become viral or whatever you want to call it, to be noticed. Yes, some people want to be noticed for fame and money. I say any money that I get, it be from the fruit of my labor. My labor is not a one-day thing. My labor is from many years. You can say from the day I was born, my labor began to where I'm right now. Did I ever thought that I'd be doing this many years ago? No. I thought I'd be married or doing something or whatever. With the grace of God and his blessing, through all that I have been through, I continue to do it. So I fight those moments, a roller coaster moment of rejection and acceptance. But I know if I touch one person, I have done my job. I know if I touch one person, I have made a difference in their life. So by doing these live Facebook, it's my prayer and my hope that it touch you, the listener, and you can comment and you don't have to comment. It really doesn't make a difference anymore. I have to accept it. I'm not going to allow the numbers persuade me to stop. I'm going to continue to do what I knew a long time ago I should be doing. Whether you like what I'm saying or don't like what I'm saying, you can say, yeah, someone finally saying something. And you can be one of those persons. You can be one of those persons to say, I'm going to look beyond myself and make a comment. I'm going to share. I'm going to share with my family. I'm going to share with my friends. I'm going to share. I'm going to let people know what I'm listening to. And I'm quite sure there are people who watch my videos is not sharing it, not liking it, not commenting. They don't want their family to know that they're watching it. And that's fine too. That's their choice. Everybody has an opinion. But I'm saying how it makes me feel at times. So I've overcome that. So I thank him for sharing how it made him feel. It made him feel great. It opened up his eyes. It was encouraging. I talked to him on the phone. It was encouraging. I did not know he was watching my video from afar. He was working, doing things, but when he did get a chance to look at them, I did not know how much an impact that the things I shared on my live Facebook had impacted his life. So you never know. I never know where this is going to, who will come across my videos. I may look for my family members to be supportive, and they are not supportive. They may be supportive from a distance. They may be supportive even by saying something, and that's fine. That's their choice, their opinion. But I'm not going to let anyone from this day forward tell me that what I'm saying is wrong, tell me that what I'm doing hurting the black race. No, it's time that you young black men begin to do your own homework, begin to quit complaining that it's another man's fault, quit complaining that you can't succeed, evaluate your life, examine your life, consider your ways and behavior. If you are in the sound of my voice and you are doing things that I shared in this particular broadcast, then you need to ask yourself the question, are you going to continue this? Because if you choose to continue your lifestyle, then it will define that you are not a man. Though your body say you are man, but what defines a man is the thoughts that he thinks that are from the God as we know him to be. And it could be from our natural mind that we're born with, because we're born into sin. So wake up, you who are sleeping, yet you are awake. Wake up, those who can see, yet their eyes are open, but they cannot see. a lot of individuals, black and white, and anyone that we can think of, some people don't want to hear the truth. They are set in their ways. They only push out one-sided messages. They want to make me angry at white people or whomever they want me to be mad. But then when I start thinking differently and put everything up front, I can see that the same thing they're crying that white individuals are doing to the black race. And yes, we know there's injustice out there. Yes, we know crime. Yes, we know things out there to the day we die until things change. We're going to always have crime. We're always going to have racism. But we should make a difference for other people to say, you know what? I'm going to make a difference in my life. My life. I know I have a purpose. Yes, being married, having children, all those things are fine. But if you find yourself empty, then you ask yourself, why? So being a man, number one, someone can see me and say he's a man because I know he has a sexual organ. I know he's a man because of his facial expression. But yet if I have an operation and start wearing a dress and putting on a wig, then I can say I'm a man. No, I'm going to say I'm a woman because that's how I feel. But inside, my DNA had told the doctors and my mother that I was born a man. So it's not gender bashing, it's not transsexual bashing. I'm not coming from that perspective. I'm coming to show you how can you and I define a man. So when you walk out in the street tomorrow and you look at a man, say, oh, that's a man over there. Oh, yes, he's a man. But when he open up his mouth, you ladies who are single, when you go out on a date, you'll be ready, you'll be able to tell, is this a man? Did he stood up when you went to the bathroom? Did he open the car door for you? Is he respectful? He say, yes, ma'am, or yes, sir. Do you see how he responds to people around you? Do he open up the door when you're going into the door? Do he go in first and not you going first? Is he respectful? Do he pay for the meal? Do he ask you, what's your favorite shoes? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite flower? What's your goals? Tell me about you. And then you ask about him. If he's standoffish and don't want to say anything, then ask yourself, what is wrong with this particular person? I'm thinking about a new kind of series. It's going to be probably another level of insight that you may like when I finish this one. I hope to have the notes gathering, show you that and I throw out the pilot thoughts. I think when the news TV shows produce a new pilot, they throw out a headline or catch a phrase or whatever. I'm working on showing, I have to admit my faults to make this to work. I have to use me as an example to flow into this new series I'm thinking about doing. Think about it and be honest with yourself. Do you really know, men, how to behave, how to function in a relationship with black females? Black females, do you really know how to treat your black man? And don't say because you have sex with him and you kiss him good. That's not where I'm coming from. If sex was not involved in all of it, do you know how to treat your black male? And men too. We need to begin to be educate on what we need to do when it comes to our behaviors with other black. I met females that I was astonished that they will say, they will admit that they was wrong in their relationship. And I meet some black men will say it's the woman's fault. But we must begin to understand our place, our role in a relationship. It's not about control and power. It's one say, well, all the black men always date white women. Why? Maybe because they treat them better. I don't want to date a black woman. Why? Because they're always nagging and not supporting me. Why? Because they don't want to get up in the bed and cook me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Why? They don't ask me a concern about the things that I do. Why? He don't treat me as a woman. He don't surprise me. It don't have to be about sex. What if he was not in position to have sex? Would you divorce him or divorce her and go find someone you can do it? That is not a man. It's how we think. So I'm thinking about doing that and putting that together. And I know by bringing up topics around those areas, it's going to ruffle some feathers. but it will be the truth. Because you who are married and are divorced, like myself, you are married right now and you're having problems in your marriage, black men and black women, ask yourself, are you behaving, men, as a godly man should do? You know, babes, we having problems. We can't seem to get it together. I think we need to go. I think I didn't see you. Babes, I think we need to go to have a counseling and seek counseling. I don't need to go to no counseling. I'm a man. I don't need that. You go yourself. Men will say that. Babe, I think you drinking too much. I think you need to go to AA. I'm going to Alcohol Anonymous. I'm going to, what's the other one where you support Al-Anon, because I know I have family members that's in my family drinks. And I see myself acting, behaving that way, either I don't drink. Baby, I think we really need counseling because it's not working out for us. Men, I don't want to go because, you know, my homie will find out. What if I go to that meeting, you know, they're going to talk about me. Women, I don't want to go to Alcohol Anonymous because if I go there, you know, I don't have a problem. Oh, really? If you are drinking more than one drink once a day or multiple times, you have a problem. You have a problem. You have a problem. You may not admit that you have a problem, but oh, it makes me relax. That's the only way I can think. That's the only way I can sleep. The alcohol has changed your mental thinking process. And if you can't get through a week without drinking something, I've seen people go to the store and I see individuals drinking alcohol early in the morning, and some will just drink alcohol throughout the day. They love it. They have changed the process. That is another form of self-imposed mental enslavement. And being a black individual, as I mentioned, thank the young man that said, my message has touched him. If I touch one person at a time, I've done my job. I know I can be discouraged, had been discouraged, to stop, not to continue. But I know what I do put out is the truth. Whether you accept it or not, it is the truth. So thank those of you who watch it. If you watch from the beginning and listen to it and you like what you heard, share it, like, and make a comment. Try to come out your own self-imposed shadow of mental enslavement. As I said all the time, any Facebook Live I do send it to my YouTube channel, because when you do a Facebook Live, it drops down and people don't see what you have done in the past. So you can go to the Hidden Tears of a Black Male, all lower letters, the Hidden Tears of a Black Male, and you see this video along with the other 7 and other messages on there, other links to other things I'm doing and had done. And you know, one time I remember I said this, a thought just came to me. I met a young lady who's marketing, and she asked me what I like to do, and I share what I like to do, like I'm sharing right now. And she said, do you have a web page? And I said, oh, I do have a web page. And she said, well, I will help you market yourself. And that didn't come to pass because I think she moved out of state, but she did give me good advice. I still have the notebook where I've gotten, I try to implement a few things that she did say, and I did see a spikes in me getting people to like me. It's a one thing to get people to like you, but it's another thing to get people to follow you. But like I said, it's not about wanting millions and millions and millions of people following me. It's about giving out factual information that can be helped. Somebody right now might be crying out for help, and then they come to Facebook or go to my YouTube channel and see something that saved their life. So you never know, your action can spin off and touch other people's lives. So in doing so, I put that on Facebook and put it on my YouTube channel for individuals to go to and subscribe. So when she went to my YouTube channel, she said, Anthony, I'm confused, just like this brother has shared with me tonight. She said, Anthony, I'm confused. Talking to you, I like what you said. You make me think. She said, Anthony, but I'm confused. You only have 1 subscriber. I think I still have 1 subscriber on the title of the YouTube channel called The Hidden Tears of Black Male. Let me look. I think I do. Let me look and see. And I'll close. Give me a second and I'll close. Oh, yes. So she went to my YouTube channel, The Hidden Tears of a Black Male. And she said, Anthony, this was maybe 8 months ago. She said, I'm confused. You have one subscriber on your YouTube channel. Don't people go there? I said, I direct them to go there. Do you tell them to hit the little subscribe button? I said, yes, I do. She said, but I'm confused. Stuff that you're saying needs to be heard. And I'll look and say, yeah, I agree with you. But maybe it's not my time. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Maybe I need to do whatever. It's the same thing this brother shared with me tonight. I just saw the message. It might have been he put it there 2 days ago, but I just saw it in the chat section. So what's my point? I know that things that I'm saying can benefit other people's lives. I know I can be discouraged at times where I don't want to continue and do nothing. But yes, I must admit, sometimes you want to feel that you're making a difference. And when them individuals share how they felt, it made a difference. I'm not going to put myself in my own self-imposed enslavement of, oh man, you're not doing nothing, you're not accomplishing nothing, just give up, just give up, give up. You know, what is your purpose? Look at no one doing whatever, no one coming on, no one doing whatever. Don't do it. Yeah, you get a few here, you get a few there. I even done this broadcast in a wake of nobody watching live. They may be watching and not signing in, but that's fine too. But I think it needs to be said because I was never one like this person told me. I was never one for promoting myself. I was never one for accepting that let me see how I say it. I was never one for, like my author, my editor who did my book. She said, you have a problem accepting compliments. I said, yes, I do. Because I never heard it when I was young, growing up. I never had that support structure where family and friends and relatives would say this and that about the things I'm doing or had done. I get it from strangers, which is fine, but it'd be nice to get it from family members. And she said, I see right now, even as older you are, you still have a problem accepting how good you are, how you're impacting people's lives. And I said, maybe that might be a good thing because I don't have a big head and it humbles me and I just go like that. Then it can be a downfall because if nobody knows, if I'm not promoting myself, then how are people going to know me? Because I feel that maybe one day someone will hear of me, see that I have a purpose, see what I can be a beneficial to the worldwide network or whatever, and then the door. And I just thought about it. Maybe what I'm sharing in the last 5 minutes need to be said because I never said it to such a totality. Maybe what he said and what the young lady said to me, I never expressed it in the way I'm expressing it now. Now I'm sharing it with you all, not for you to come on and puff me up and sign on and don't sign. It's not about that. Maybe I need to say it to help me to overcome my issue. So thank you, Lord, revealing to me I had imposed myself. I have put myself in my own self-imposed mental enslavement. So I thank the young man and the young lady for pointing it out to me on what I have been doing to enslave myself. So any message that I give or have gave, you hear me say me, me, me. You never hear you all, you all, you all. I'm always adding myself in this. So the last 5 minutes of this is about me. It's not planned. It's not written down. It's not in my notes. It's just off the cuff that I felt that I need to say and share with you all. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you like what you heard, share it, comment, and like it. And go to my channel, and you see the hidden tears of a black male in the right-hand lower corner. You see 2 people. Will you be number 3 and 4 and 5? Will you share with other people? Let other people know about the stuff that I have done so they can be blessed. You don't know what people are going through. They may need to hear my prescription for what they need to hear. I'm not special. I'm just a messenger. Singers and rappers and promoters, but rappers and singers have promoters to promote their product. I have only me. My prayer that one day I meet someone that will be a blessing to me to edit my work, to help me, to guide me, to give me suggestions, to point me into the right person, and who knows. But everything I do and any reward that I get to be from the fruit of my labor. Thank you for joining me. Until God willing, I'll be back next Sunday with a continuation of self-imposed mental enslavement.